Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talking Softball with Beach. I am your host, Erica Beach. So nice to have you with me today. Welcome back to Mindset Monday, a new segment that I am doing about all things mindset mentality with athletes and coaches. We are talking today about the power of language. Last week, we talked about talking to yourself rather than listening to yourself. And now we're going to address the language that we use to speak to ourselves, to our teammates, to our players, the amount of power that it actually has. The human brain is a miraculous thing. It processes countless amounts of information all at the same time. But one thing that it's not very good at is differentiating between the negative and the positive. The no, the don't, the can't, the won't, those things don't always fully register within our mind. An example of this is if I was to tell you, close your eyes, whatever you do right now, do not think of a purple giraffe with a hot pink bow tie at the very top of its neck, right under its chin. Do not think of the purple giraffe, not the hot pink bow tie way up there. Don't think about him. Purple giraffes, that's super weird. If you're closing your eyes and you start hearing my words, even though I said don't think about it, your brain immediately thought about it. It did not process the don't, it processed the actual thing I said not to do. So your brain immediately started thinking and trying to imagine a purple giraffe. And where was the bow tie? Way up top, it's hot pink, right? We have to almost trick our mind into doing things that we want it to do. And as a coach, I have to use my language in a way to get the athletes' minds to all do what I want them to do rather than the action that we're avoiding and that we don't want to repeat. As a coach and as an athlete, your job is to always be feeding the brain with the information that you want to happen. What is the result you want? What is it going to take to create that result? And that is the information that you are feeding your athlete, and as an athlete, that you are feeding yourself. If you have a hitter who steps in the bucket, tries to pull everything, can't touch the outside pitch. We've all been there. I mean, I'm personally a victim of that. As a coach and as an athlete, rather than constantly harping on stop stepping out, don't pull your front side, don't do these, what is the fix to the problem? So the first thing you have to do is identify the fix, identify what will remedy the issue, and then you figure out how to say that to your athlete. So a couple remedies for this problem would be to stride towards the pitcher or to keep that straight line in the box. Another remedy may be keep your front shoulder in, keep your eyes on the ball through contact. So with your athlete, and if you're an athlete that has this, you're telling yourself, okay, I'm going to keep my front shoulder in towards the pitcher as long as possible. I'm going to stride, I'm going to reach my toe touch towards the pitcher before firing in my swing. Keep my eyes through contact. Actually try to see that ball hit off the barrel. Let the ball travel. Hit the ball deeper in the zone. Do you understand how all of the information we're feeding are the things that we would like the athlete to do rather than what we don't want the athlete to do? And that can be across a million different things. It can be across base running and pitching. You're always feeding your brain what you want to happen. Eliminate the words don't and not and can't. Those things are going to hinder yourself or at least slow your progress in your growth. You're just reinforcing the negative. It's like taking a bad swing 1,000 times. Rewire your brain to start hearing how you're speaking to yourself, and coaches, how you're speaking to your athletes. If you start paying attention to the language that you use, you will start to realize you may be reinforcing negative thoughts and negative actions out of your athletes or out of yourself, and start correcting that. The more that you can learn how to speak to yourself and how to speak to your athletes, the more impact that you're going to be able to make and quicker. That's my quick snapshot of language has power. We are eliminating what I call the no words, the don't, the can't, the won't, the no's, stop, any of those words that is the negative. We're switching those to the positive, where we are now saying what we want to happen rather than what we don't want to happen. And that's all I have for you today, my dear friends. I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. Short and sweet, to the point. Thank you for tuning in to Mindset Monday. Please subscribe, all the things, hit all the buttons. I would appreciate it. Share this if you have an athlete that needs it. I'd appreciate it so much. I'm having a blast doing this and I want to keep going. Thank you guys again, and I will see you next week.